we put them in the...
You just put them in a bucket,
yeah.
And I can dump them.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, do a couple dozen of these guys.
Do you want me to put them in, or do you want to do it?
No, you can do it.
Okay.
If the 80 degrees would go away,
yeah.
I can just go dump them. Appreciate it.
What's cracking? You want me to talk? Welcome back, folks, to another installment on YouTube from Tom Boley Fishing. The guy's been doing a hunt for the one for a solid year now that I fired myself from his channel. And today we're in Hayward and we're gonna chase after some real big ones. Hunt for the one, am I right, Tom?
Too much information. We're in an undisclosed location.
All right, we're undisclosed location chasing eater-sized walleyes today. So I promised Tom if he came out fishing with me, we'd catch walleyes. I said, we guarantee we'll get a video in 2 hours. I don't know if it's gonna be exactly 2 hours, but we're gonna chase some your standard North Woods beautiful walleyes today.
In the XL, jump in.
The old Johnny.
Fall.
What's
Fall
that?
is in the air.
Oh.
And fall bites are beginning, even though we got like 75, 80 degree weather, which is super lame. But one of my favorite things about this time of year is even when the days start getting shorter like this, the water temps, the nights are cool enough or the water temps cooling a little bit. You can basically go to any lake, put a pocket full of 1/8 ounce and 1/4 ounce jigs in your boat and a handful of minnows and catch walleyes. It's kind of the beautiful part about this time of year. You can do it really simple. So stay tuned, flowage walleyes. Cool part about this kind of bite, it's like picking apart real tight pieces of structure. So just kind of want to showcase that today and have some fun in the little boat. So stay tuned, make your hand. All right, we are to hopeful location number 1 here. Now what you have happen on a lot of these flowage systems is through summer it can be somewhat fickle fishing. And the problem with fishing out here in the summer is you can have fish in like 2 feet of water, 6 feet of water. You can be in a weed edge. They can be on a really deep crib. They can be on a deep channel point. They can be here, they can be there. What you see happen a lot in this early fall time frame is fish start like consolidating down on more isolated pieces of structure. And that could be like humps in that 8 to 10 feet with some wood on them. It could be weed edges with a stump on the outside of it, things like that. It's kind of what we hope to figure out today. But and when these fish start condensing down, obviously the fishing can get quite a bit better. So this is one of those lakes where like if you can put together 5, 10, 15 plus inches in a day, like that's a pretty damn good day.
That's a good day. That's like gold out here. That's what people come out here to catch.
So that's the goal. Mitchell's gonna start out 1/8 ounce pendu. I'm assuming you're putting on a small minnow.
I'm gonna put on a little minnow.
And we're gonna chuck away.
Thought it was odd. Felt like a solid bite and then just like let go. Let's go hit up the money stumps. Come, this is a big great spot in the middle of the day.
Yep. A little slow right now, but it'll pick up probably. You want to get me a thing of crawlers? Sure. All right, get a thing of crawlers for you too. A little small. Maybe not though.
There you go.
There we go, baby.
Finally.
Tell you what, we ran a couple spots. They just seem kind of fickle.
Oh,
You had one too? He's just a little flowage walleye, not a big one. Probably a 15.5 incher, I'd say.
That's gold, man.
Right
That
there,
is gold right there.
Number 1. For whatever reason, they're finicky right off the bat. Like we're seeing some. They're not really in a super bitey mood yet. It seems like sometimes this is one of those systems where like you need the sun to come up a little bit. He's probably a 14.5 incher right there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We need bigger than that today, but finding them, not catching them yet. They're loaded on all these little tops.
Yeah, they are. It's definitely the pattern.
Oh, oh, oh. There we go, baby.
All right, is it bigger?
We're dialing them in. We're dialing them in slowly but surely. I don't know if it's any bigger. It is another walleye though. He just kind of gave up right away.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There's 15er.
A little 15-incher. These lakes are not notorious for producing a lot of big fish. If we can come out and just bang up on a bunch of these. I understand with the Hunt for the One series, you guys are probably like, oh, we're only filming 30 inches now, right? I enjoy catching walleyes wherever they might live. And this spot is absolutely freaking loaded, Mitchell.
These are the Hayward 30s, baby. Everybody wants them.
What makes walleye fishing so cool is all the different places they live, right? You could be fishing, last video we filmed, Lake Michigan, Great Lakes, giant rock structure, ton of deep water walleye fishing. We're targeting giant fish. Now we're in one of these flowage systems with a bunch of little feeder streams, dirty water, ton of stumps, ton of wood, ton of weeds, and picking apart walleyes on these little wood pieces. There's another rod rigged ready to go right there.
That's fine. Still got to retie it.
Here's a bite. Here's a bite.
I'm just over here snagging everything that a guy can possibly snag
Hooked
in the
up,
lake.
boys. Hooked up. I don't know, Mitchell. Do we have to move to find some better sized ones? Or is that a decent one? You think they're in here? We're kind of just flirting with these 14, 15 inches right now. As you guys can see by looking at the graph, there's a lot of them out there.
I mean, it's a solid 15.
You think that's a 15er?
I guarantee it is.
Nice. Well, then we're on them, baby. No, not the biggest ones, but they are fickle this morning. I mean, for as many casts as we're making in them,
Yeah.
you'd think we'd be catching more of them. But it could just be a timing thing, I never really know. My father's also out here. He's going to bring me some nightcrawlers, so that could change our fortune as well.
That might be the thing, man. There's so much bait fish above their heads right now that the one thing they don't have a bunch of is crawlers hanging above their heads, so maybe that'll
They're about to.
trick
You can
them a
see
little
like
bit.
areas like this. Look at all these little humps and little structures in here. These are all just like this up and down kind of undulating bottom type stuff. We used to run around with a lot of side imaging just looking at them, and you'd see some of these fish on these crowns. And obviously with something like live, you can kind of go around and pick them apart a little faster. And appreciate it. All right, so we're fishing today. Wind kind of picked up, right? Always get asked the question, forward facing, bow, back of the boat, pole, no pole. What's the play, right? Well, obviously both you can obviously catch fish doing. Now, today we're not in the Warrior, we're in my smaller XL boat. Now this thing obviously gets pushed around a lot more than wind than a bigger fiberglass boat that weighs 5 times as much. But having the pole in the back of the boat here and running all my mapping, like a lot of you guys probably do. You probably run a side imaging graph, maybe a forward facing graph, maybe a GPS map, right? So everything's kind of at the back here in tillers. Now, if you're in a smaller boat like this, you pretty much have to go into the wind. Now, we're both fishing from the back, and then we're using the forward facing off the back of the boat. So if we were to come with the wind, and by the time we spot locked, no idea where those fish would even be, right? So basically what we're doing, we're getting in these areas that have fish, or that we think hopefully have fish. And we're flying through with the forward facing, with the mapping, looking at side imaging too. And all we're doing is trying to pick these spots away from downwind to upwind. And basically the whole premise is here is that when I do see fish on the graph, like let's spin this around here. All right, there's a couple of them coming up on this little hump right in front of me here, right? So I know those fish are about 90. Now, it's kind of a pain in the ass to have to cast like 90 feet up this way and be fishing over top of the front of the boat. So all I do is I kind of know those fish are like, let's say at this angle right here. So what I want to do is I don't want to get them so that the fish are right here. I kind of want to bump sideways and track into the wind a little bit further this way so that I can get these fish. I want them in 2 spots. I either want them like right here or kind of right out in here. So I'll kind of run forward, keeping an eye on those fish, and kind of when I get parallel to them here, it's because we do have a breeze today. I'm not trying to cast 90 feet. Like 50-ish is kind of perfect, right? So I'll let those fish kind of creep up right along the side, right in my sweet spot where I want to cast, and then I'm going to hit spot lock right there. Boom. So now that I'm spot locked, the boat's going to sit real still like this, bow into the wind, and we're just going to be able to put jigs right on these fish right here. That's pretty much the only way you're going to do this effectively. If you come into a spot going with the wind, using the forward facing, using the side imaging, you're going to see those fish, spot lock, before you know it, your boat's going to be doing something like this right here, and you're going to be going like, where are those fish? Where's my casting angle? And you see how much we're spinning right now, and I'm not even on the trolling motor. And then you'd go to hit spot lock again, and your boat's going to do some wild stuff and spin all around. And by the time that whole circus gets done, you're going to have no idea where those fish even were in the first place. So, especially on a lot of these smaller boats, like this boat I have, or a lot of the boats you guys probably have, go into the wind, do it slow, do it controlled, and you'll catch a lot more fish. Yeah, I mean, you should catch one there.
I would think so, but just chased it.
Still chasing it. There we go.
There we go. Finally. I think
Crawler.
Chased it for a long time.
You're gonna crawler, baby.
Crawler. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of little minnows above their head, but there's no crawlers hanging out there.
Got out though.
There we go. There we go. There's a nice legal variety walleye. That's what you come here for.
15ers.
15-inch, baby.
Do I go to a crawler?
We're on the hunt for 16-inch now.
Like that right there. Close.
No, they're a little deeper, about 55 right there.
Right away, huh?
Right on them.
The walleye?
Yep.
I got a stick.
You got a stick?
Yeah, big old stick.
See if I can snag you out of your stick with this walleye. Another 16-inch walleye right there. We're moving size class.
He's a decent one.
Yeah, we're moving up.
I'll put you on camera. It seems like potentially the crawler or the time days starting to get better.
These fish are liking the sun a little bit today. They're liking the crawler.
Beauties.
Nice little fish there. There we go.
It's kind of what this whole system's about, baby. Getting out here, finding a few of these illegal walleyes, picking them apart.
There we go. Cinematic effect right there.
Cinematic as could be.
You guys like that splash?
You guys can see here, obviously, what we're looking at right there on this little hump. Walleyes. So
let's go.
Go down here just to catch a bunch quick.
Or run to by that weed tip. If there's any nice fish on it.
Making a move. Spot number 4. And just keep going like this way. Damn, that's a good one.
Big old bazooka fish. See the some right there, shipmate? Just gotta love the pursuit of these fish.
You gotta really want it.
Yeah, you do. You have to really, really want them. Where's your baits? Since I've lost about 6,000. You know what it's like when they're actually eating. We would have caught 30 of them by now. How often do you come out to this lake and see this many walleyes, you know? There's one right there. That's a jumbo, dude. Fuck. That was a jumbo perch. Dude,
Most time, dude, you throw some in there and it's bit before it gets to the bottom. You have to have one now.
What's that? No, I don't yet. Oh, there we go.
Decent?
I don't know.
Decent?
You know, he's feeling like he's
Decent?
halfway decent.
Nice walleye.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice walleye.
There
nice
we
walleye.
go. It's the right variety.
Just kind of rolling around, looking here, looking there.
There we go. Oh.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Oh,
I
he's
literally
got one
have
too.
one on while you're landing that fish.
There we go. Here's a decent one though.
Oh my
Getting
god. There
bigger,
he goes.
it's
There
getting
he
bigger.
goes.
We're getting there. Nice little, I don't know, 16 and a half, 17. Still not the
Getting it done.
big uns we're after.
Hey man, we'll take them like that.
But we say that all the time, and truthfully, I sure love catching walleyes.
We're going back and forth between crawlers and minnows. It kind of seems like we're just in that tweener time frame where like
They both work.
they both kind of work. Obviously, we got like this crazy warm stretch of early fall here. And especially when that water temp gets into the 50-degree range, and it's just going to be straight up minnows for me.
Yeah. I'm enjoying this weather though. No
You
doubt.
are?
I'm not
Dude, I want
not
fall.
complaining.
I want like 30 degrees in the morning.
Yeah, but once it, yeah, I mean, I like 30 degrees in the morning, but I like this little warm up in the afternoon.
Oh, I did get one to pick it up.
Did you? Nice. There we go, baby. There we go. Nice.
Not too shabby, not too shabby. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What size? Do we got the same kind of size here? All right, they're getting a little chunkier. There's a big difference between like those thin as a rail 15 inchers and like
17.
a little bit chunkier 16 and a halfers in my opinion. There's one of those little bit chunkier ones right there. We're gonna let them go. See you later, dude. When it comes to working super light jigs, which is like all the rage these days, right? Everybody's throwing 16th ounce, 8 ounces. How far can you throw it? How well can you feel when you're doing all that? Does your nightcrawler come off? Kind of got basically a rod line setup that I have more confident in than anything else. This is a totally unsponsored thing. The line, which I've fallen in love with, is an 8-pound Suffix Revolve. Now, I think this is a newer line like this year, maybe last year. It's ultra thin. It has the diameter of 1 pound braid. It's also like pretty soft and supple. This lets you cast super far. This stuff comes off the spool really well. Tip number 2, fish a bigger spinning reel. Kind of counterintuitive, right? A lot of us might think small wispy bait, small wispy reel. I fish a lot of 2,500 or 3,000 size reels. That's gonna help you out tremendously. Next thing, fill it as full as it goes. You see, this is one of my biggest pet peeves in fishing. You see how my line is almost flush with the outside of that spool? That's of this arbor here. That's gonna let this line come off a lot better. If you don't have enough line, and we all know that kind of reel, like, or if you don't have enough line on your reel, it almost comes out like forced, like you're trying to force it off the reel. And then, you know, we're pitching a lot of these 1/8 ounce jigs today in some wind. When it comes to working these jigs in the wind, don't get so caught up in having a tight line. With the braid, with a setup like this, you're gonna feel everything. The rod I use is a 7.3 or a 7.6 Elliott medium light action rod. This longer rod is gonna let you really lob these things a long way very softly. If you try doing this with too short of a rod or too fast of a rod, you're gonna end up trying to whip it more, and you're not gonna get that distance out of it, and you're gonna throw off of your bait a lot of times. But when it comes to fishing these jigs in the wind, like we're doing a lot of this sideways casting right now, one thing I always say is, don't worry so much about having slack in your line. Because what happens is if we're pitching sideways like this, my jig, I'm gonna have this natural bow in my line. And the best tip to catching finessey fish with a light jig like this is basically just let a lot of that slack do the work, because it's gonna blow that bow into my line, and I'm basically just playing with the slack. I'm letting that thing almost just kind of sit there lifelike as it kind of slowly sweeps my jig. The wind's taking my line like this, and it's just gonna keep that thing like real wispy and floaty over these fish. So I'm not even really concerned with keeping a tight line, because I'm gonna feel that rod load up, and the second I do that, I'm gonna feel that fish kind of doing this little number on the tip of the rod. So a lot of times as a jig fisherman, you know, you always think like, oh, I wanna go heavier. I wanna have that really direct contact. But when you get used to kind of playing with a lot of this real light jigs, light line, and then playing with your slack, you're gonna get a lot more bites ultimately. So a little bit on the setup of what we're doing, just a few things that make this whole presentation, in my opinion, work a little bit better. There we go, baby. There we go.
Sitting back here relaxing.
What do you think of fishing out of this boat?
I actually like this boat. I do.
It's a simple man's boat.
I prefer to sit on my bow and scope them, but I like it. It's actually, look how this one's acting.
Oh.
There we go.
Come on, baby.
I like that.
Oh, he's kind of cornered. Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at that. It's freaking out. What's up with my net guy?
Oh, you know, just trying to do a lot here.
Yeah. Well, there we go. We're upgrading. The last couple fish upgraded.
Yeah.
I think we got a 5 fish bag of
42 pounds maybe.
42, 44, somewhere in that range. See if I can sneak this jig.
We're both fishing show jigs. They obviously got the mirrors on them. I don't know if it matters, but it definitely can't hurt in the dirty water.
No, it definitely does not hurt. Here we go.
Mitchell doesn't like it because sometimes he sees his reflection in it.
Yeah, and then I get a little spooked. But there we go.
Beauties.
It's a solid fish.
How many, it probably doesn't come through on video well, but how many spots did we hit today? 10?
Yeah, we've ran quite a few spots. That's kind of the name of the game. Sometimes you roll through a spot, there's fish there. If the spot looks good, more than likely, you come back, there will be fish there at some point.
Yeah, and it seems like it's been like kind of windowy. Like we might get on fish in several spots, but then not catch any in half those. And then we find a spot like this where we're kind of picking them apart. It's basically been 2 spots today where like we've caught them relatively quick. We're gonna film a deep dive.
Yeah, might as well film a deep dive.
All right, we're gonna film a deep dive. If you're not familiar with the deep dive, it's on the WALLEYE Now app, and it's kind of the backside of these YouTube videos. So if you guys want to see it, it's where we go through the mapping, the side imaging, all the little things that make this kind of bite work as far as location and all the structure. We're going to take a look at all that stuff. So if you want to see that, we're going to film it right now. It'll be on the WALLEYE Now app when this YouTube video goes live. Check it out.
I was rated them too. A little past
Got him, got him,
Nice.
got him.
There we go.
Right there, baby.
There we go.
Well, they started out kind of slower.
Look at all those fish chasing.
Chasing my fish?
Yeah.
It's kind of coming full circle now. Decent walleye here.
Yeah, there we go.
You can tell I got him hooked like right in the corner of the mouth somewhere because of the way he's pulling. Oh yeah, he's a nice one, Mitchell. Look at him.
What a beauty.
Here we go, baby.
Solid fish.
I didn't even have him hooked in the corner of the mouth. He's just fighting hard. There we go. There's my best one of the day.
That was a good one.
We did it. We caught the fish. We came, we saw, we did it. Plenty of decent sized walleyes today. I don't know how long this pattern's gonna last, if it's gonna last. Normally what happens is you start getting those real cold temps coming in late in the fall, and all of a sudden a lot of these fish show up in like 3 to 5 feet of water. And there's probably some there now. This has just kind of seemed like the highest volume pattern in which we had going. Beautiful walleyes though, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
On an 80 degree, or it's gonna be like 80 degrees today in late September. Absolutely out of control. See you later, dude. As good as it gets. Boom! Oh, sacked him. All right, folks. Folks at home, that's gonna do it for today.
Yeah.
Quick little morning out here on one of these flowage systems. Like we said, I like catching walleyes wherever they live, whether it's 30 inches on the Great Lakes doing hunt for the ones, or eater-sized walleyes on some of these small little flowages.
I mean, it's fall. We caught walleyes. It's super nice out. What more can you ask for, honestly?
Pretty damn nice weather. Yeah. So soak it in, because at some point it's gonna get cold. Check out that deep dive if you are someone who's a flowage rat like us and you want to come out to one of these flowages, break it down, catch a bunch of fish this time of year. Pretty simple pattern, honestly, to come out and catch a pile of eater fish. So check that out. Anything else, Mitchell? Or are we signing out?
Let me think. Let me go through the Rolodex of information in my brain. I think we're signing out.
That's nice. Nope, not a whole lot of information in there. So appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you on the next one.